Hello and welcome to the second video from the series of music science and the theory of existence. This video will be discussing binaural beats and their origins, as well as specific applications. Just provide more context in the dialogue of providing clarity about the science behind these and why it's so important to use them, and as well in the the caption for this video, I'll include various links to access different videos and samples of each individual brain wave activation binaural frequencies. From there, you'll also be able to see really great resources that provide eye-opening content and basically the application and power of frequencies and the sonic capabilities that mankind has had, and that have finally developed technology in order to apply sound as a tool, not only in medicine but as well as construction and really what we used to call magic. So anyway, let's dive right in. So, binaural beats. Just before I start, this video is intended to be about the philosophical mindset and understanding behind these frequencies, as well as provide the history. So with that said, everyone keeps asking, where do these binaural beats come from anyway? What's so important about them? And the simple answer is that they come from the Bible, believe it or not. In plain English, the binaural frequencies are called the Solfeggio Scales, technically, but they're a set of 9 frequencies that were given to us, according to the Bible, in the book of Numbers, directly from God, and then sent in a coded cypher message called an epistle. Well, an epistle isn't coded or in a cipher code, but this particular one was, because at the time they were facing heavy scrutiny and basically were being persecuted for talking about things that were of sensitive nature, to the point of which they were facing their mail being hacked, or their letters were being investigated and just gone through. Almost similar to now, with what's going on. But anyway, so in that coded letter, which was called it was written in Hebrew, it's important to understand that every letter in the Hebrew language is also a number. And with that said, there's a mathematical language deeper than Hebrew, within the letters of Hebrew itself. And that code is called Gematria. It's a type of math based around calculating the value of the numbers, which basically, when coded correctly or decoded correctly, gave us a little piece to the puzzle of what we have also discovered, or other mathematicians have discovered, as the FIBONACCI sequence, or Pascal's triangle, the golden ratio, pi, things like that, the square root of pi, excuse me. All of those things are different fragments of the same overall mathematical equation that's really exists within everything. It's the pattern for the fabric of the universe. And these 9 frequencies are all specific coded numbers within that mathematical pattern that exists in the fabric of life. So, Gematria, it's like math with words, right? It's like, just for comedy's sake, try to envision doing a crossword puzzle with the intention of solving it as if it were sodoku. So there you go. So bringing it back to the Fibonacci numbers, these scales are called the Solfeggio Scales at what we call the binaural frequencies today. Incredibly potent and contain peaceful healing and mental state activation sounds and percussive patterns to lull the brain into deeper states like alpha, beta, gamma, and delta level states of mind, and basically the brain waves. So it kind of massages the brain, each hemisphere of the brain, at a different pattern to bring them into unison and activate the full power of your mind. So that riddle, or not riddle, the myth we used to hear about that we only can control or activate 1% of our brain, that's not true. These frequencies give us the ability to tap in to nearly, if not all, 100% of our brain by unifying and synchronizing the hemispheres of our brain in a process called hemisync. There are multiple types of sonic hemisync sounds that exist out there, and they enhance meditation practices and enrich our cognitive function to stimulate our ability and tap into divine mind states, or the painter's state of mind, the artist's state of mind. It helps you go from desperation to inspiration by meditating in these states. So the way to prove this, the power of these frequencies, is through the visualization of music in a science known as cymatics. The visualization creates sacred geometric patterns in particles that are vibrated at these specific frequencies. So I have some good examples here. Let's start here. So these are some good examples. This first one is a 200 hertz. This one is not a solfeggio scale, but it is a binaural frequency. So this one helps. It's specifically intended to help you tap into your hyper gamma mindset, or the brainwave level activation, right? Here's what I wanted to show, this cymatics video. And again, all the links for these videos will be included in the description. These are just references. I don't own any rights to these. I'm just using them as examples I think they're the best examples of music visualization. This one right here is a beautiful example from an artist named Nigel John Stanford, I imagine, using the cymatic features and audio visualized by these science experiments, including a Caldani plate, Rubens tube, Tesla coil, and ferrofluid. So let's take a quick peek at this. We'll start with this is a sound plate with particles on it, and you can see the geometric shapes. Let's play a short clip of it. Here we go. Right, so automatically you can see right away that those specific notes on a piano, or however he was playing that on a MIDI keyboard, created that pattern right there. And the funny thing is that westernized music happens to have set a standard at the tuning of 440 megahertz frequency, or not megahertz, just hertz frequency, which is oddly enough right in between two of the solfeggio binaural frequencies. So what that means is that rather than having a perfect consistent particle pattern in its cymatics that show sacred geometry, it looks more like pure chaos. And it just makes you start to think about why was that set. But we won't dive into conspiracy or anything like that. Here, what we're going to go into next is trying to understand why everyone's at a disadvantage because of that. And if you do a little research and pull up another video where it shows the 440 hertz cymatics, it's utter chaos. It's kind of like listening to the radio with a broken antenna, if we are to call our ears the antenna. Or in terms of spiritual energetics, if we call our pineal gland our antenna, then we begin to realize that everything we've been listening to is like static noise on the radio, and we forget how to tune in to the right sources. So we have to remember how to attune ourselves to the right station to get the right sources, to get clarity on our vision and our destination, right? If that makes sense? Here's what solfeggio frequencies help us attune to our higher selves through deep meditation and hemisync to gain clarity on our destination, right? So that's plain and simple. Here's a little bit more about how you can use them. For each different frequency, there's different applications, but they range from liberating guilt and fear, lowering defense mechanism programmings, helping you to achieve your goals, comforting your skeletal and elimination systems, resolving past traumas, clearing destructive influences, making changes, sourcing your energy, optimizing cellular functions, activating imagination, intention, and intuition, repairing your DNA, allowing your body to repair itself, connecting cells to communicate with the environment, enhancing our understanding, tolerance, and communication, energizing our immune, respiratory, and circulatory systems. It creates pure and stable life by cleaning cells from toxins or removing cells. It removes creative blocks. It awakens cells, transforms them into their higher level activation. It helps you see through illusions and hidden agendas. It reduces headaches and calms your nervous systems. It resets your system to original perfect state, reconnects you to a vibrational energy of the spiritual world, and in which mental states like alpha, beta, gamma, delta, you can experience true oneness and one true nature, which is pretty profound to think about. So there's also 4 specific links I'll include to those in the description. Above all, they're to be used for relaxation, meditation, focus, concentration, enhancing your memory, enhancing your cognitive ability for learning, increasing motivation, energy, creativity, healing insomnia, stress, relief, anxiety, pain, tinnitus, ADHD, encouraging positive thinking, spiritual awareness, chakra healing, lucid dreaming, and even astral projection. So, with all that said, beyond the 4 brain states, the specific somatic solfeggio frequencies are 369, 417, 528, 639, 714, 852, and 963. There will also be links to each individual frequency below. There's this particular video, which will definitely be the first one on the list, but it shows right here that 528 will transform your entire DNA. And this video, I highly recommend. It walks you through the research that shows and proves how this is possible. So with that said, I think I'll wrap it up there just for this quick overview of binaural frequencies and its origins. For our next video, we'll be talking about the applications of sonic waves and scalar waves, whether it's healthcare or construction. I know I mentioned that earlier, but we're going to save that for the next video. So anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Music Science and the Theory of Existence. And if you haven't already, check out the first video about how to isolate your energy and regain control of your life using music priority visualization. It's all under my artist page, Flawless Solace Music. You can hear my music also right here. Subscribe, donate if you want right here. Donate. Helps me operate, and you can see more. We'll be releasing another video next week. So excited to bring this new series to you from Music Science and the Theory of Existence. Hope you enjoyed it so far. See you next time.